man. First and foremost, thank you to everybody who's tuned in. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Yes, I am live from Las Vegas. You know, not at my usual setup. I'm here for the Nick Mercs, man, the MFAM UFC thing that, you know, we have rehearsal starting tomorrow for that. So, I'm going to be busy here the next few days, but I was able to get a nice little setup, got a laptop, got a mic, so I appreciate everybody who's tuned in and watching, man. I want to make sure we can still get some streams up while I'm away, so I'm glad everything's working. I'm on a hotspot right now, so if there's any problems, just type in the chat, hey, Zoomaa, you're a moron, there's problems, you know what I mean? And then, you know, we'll look into it and call Benjay. But Intel, Faze rumored to be scrimming with their new fourth. Is that... No way, bro. Who made this? Chat, who made this? I gotta know who made this, man. Look at Ben, bro. Look at his eyes, bro. Look. He's turned. Chat, Ben was turned. No way. Reddit is a shit show right now? Wait, is it? That's good. We like when Reddit's a shit show. This is when it's the best. This is when Reddit reads are the best. When it's an absolute fucking shit show. When it's complete chaos. You know what I mean? This is fucking hilarious. So look at Ben Nassim, chat. Look at this guy. No way, bro. Ben is locked the fuck in, bro. Somebody said now this is content. Hey, shout out to my man Ben Nassim, man. Shout out to Benjay. Wait, yo, chat. What did Ben say about the Drazah thing? Was he cheesing, chat? Was he liking it or what, bro? What was he saying, chat? Was he liking it? Was he cheesing it? What was his mind like? What was his vibe like? What was his vibe like, chat, when that happened, bro? Was he liking it or what, bro? Was he smiling ear to ear or what? He was hard cheesing? He was definitely cheesing, wasn't he? Ben was smiling his ass off. He was hard as a rock. Yeah, nah, Ben's loving this shit, bro. Drazah will likely join Atlanta Faze. Sources, Drazah made his decision today and wants to join Atlanta Faze over Optic, Texas. First of all, how the fuck does Jacob Hale know this? How does Jacob know this, bro? How does he know this? You know? And bro, there's only one suspect on my list right now. There's only one suspect. There's only one, chat. And it's Benjay Nassim, bro. I want to talk to Benjay. It's Benjay Nassim, bro. How does anybody know this? Like, I don't understand. I don't get that. I told Ben, yeah, Ben knew. Yeah, Ben knows. Like, Ben knew, bro. Like Ben 100% knew. For sure. Unless Octane leaked. Unless Sam LaRue leaked. But Sam doesn't leak, bro. I don't think Sam would leak like that. I don't think Sam leaked. You know? Unless... It could have been Sam. It could have been Sam, bro. Could have definitely been Sam. Listen, I don't know if this is true or not. Could be... This is just a rumor, guys. This is just a rumor. I'm not even too sure where people are getting their info. Like, where's this guy Jacob Hale getting his info from, bro? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, for all, chat, the rumor right now, I thought he was going to Optic, you know? This is news to me. Bro, this is news to me. Holy shit. This is news to me, chat. Man, what is going on here? First and foremost, let me give my thoughts. Let me give my opinions on Drazah coming to Faze, if that were to happen, bro, I really like it, bro. I really like it. I know a lot of people were hearing rumors about scrap, and bro, I'm not gonna lie, there were, when it comes to scrap, Toronto was hinting of, you know, maybe selling the guy and doing stuff with scrap, but Toronto was kind of, I don't know what Toronto was doing in their camp. They were kind of giving people mixed signals, but it's hard for me to speak on that when, you know, I'm not in their camp. You know, I'm not really in the Toronto camp. But when it comes to Drazah, because that's a lot of people were like talking about saying that I was saying that scrap was gonna go to Faze, but I never said that. I don't know why people were saying that. I saw people saying that on Reddit, like, Zoomaa's fault for thinking scrap was going. I mean, bro, listen, there was definitely a lot. You guys know how Rostermania goes behind the scenes. There's a lot of talks and a lot of different things going on. You see K-Son in the chat. You guys will know soon what K-Son's been doing, but yeah, nah, I've been talking to K-Son a little bit and talking about the roster with the Faze guys and stuff like that. But when it comes to Toronto, bro, but they were just giving mixed signals. I think a lot of people were confused about what they were doing over there. And I think I had said that if Envoy were to go to Toronto, I said this, chat, and quote me if I didn't say this, but I'm pretty sure I said this. if Envoy's going to Toronto, Scrappy's got to be there, bro. Like, there's no way that anybody is going to Toronto if Scrappy's dipping out. Like, for a player like Envoy to go strictly to sign with Toronto 100% boom like that, then bro, at that point, Scrap had to be staying. There's no way Envoy's going without talking to Scrap and being like, yo, like, you know, are you staying? Like, are they keeping you? What's going on? You know, and he probably got, what's the Crowder tweet? What's going on? I don't have my phone because I'm literally using a hotspot right now. Yeah, I'm literally using a fucking hotspot right now, bro. Yeah, this is what we'll do, bro. We'll go full screen. And I'll pull it up on Twitter here. I'll pull it up on Twitter. Yeah, I'm literally on a hotspot right now. Like, what the hell is going on, dude? Jeez, man. Why am I so fucking dumb, dude? Let me see here. Let's go to Twitter. Let's go to twitter.com/James Crowder and see what the hell he said, bro. What did he say over here, bro? Can I not browse Twitter? I have to sign into Twitter to browse Twitter? Chat, is it a bullshit? Guys, are you going to make me go through all this trouble to look at some bullshit tweet? What did he tweet, bro? Beans tweet? Kenny tweet? Oh, yeah. Nah, y'all are bullshitting. Nah, you guys got to be bullshitting, bro. You guys got to be fucking bullshitting, man. Yo, Chris, if you can you just link me shit? Yo, like, if people are saying Crowder tweet, yo, can you just link me that shit, Chris? That would be, like, that would help me a ton, bro, if you could just link me shit. And then I'll literally just click it in the chat, and then I'll see what the hell's going on, bro. But check Crowder tweet. All right, let me see this tweet, bro. Hey, send me the Crowder tweet. Let me see what's going on here. If a mod can link it in the chat, there we go. There we go. Let's take a look here and see what's going on. Let's fire up a tournament and cast it together at Zoomaa. Imagine attending to wait, bro. Why is Drazah? Hold on. Why is Drazah tweeting this, bro? Listen, chat. Let me tell you something. It's not imagine a 10 through 20,000K off-season tournament. Bro, somebody link this clip to Drazah. There's no imagining, bro. It's a done deal, bro. Like, I already have, like, 4 tournaments, 10K prize pool, like, already ready to go, bro. Done. Finished. Finito. Like, it's done, chat. Like, it's done. We're doing off-season tournaments. Like, it's done. There's your leak, bro. Flank Fridays is happening, bro. I told you guys this is happening. The only reason why we haven't done them yet is because and by we, I mean Faze, because I'm doing this with Faze and with Pepsi, and we've been planning this all out. I had asked you guys what's a good name. We came up with Flank Fridays. Is because of the offseason, bro. I didn't want to run a tournament when all the players were doing was just kind of just like figuring out who their teams are or who they're playing with or who their sub duo is going to be or who their AR duo is going to be. I just felt like it was good to just give it a week or two, let people figure out what they're doing, let people settle in, and then we'll lock in teams for an S&D tournament or a Respawn tournament. It could be Black Ops 3. It could be Cold War. It could be MW2. Yeah, okay. Somebody said MW2. Absolutely not. I think we should do any other COD besides for MW2. I think we should do literally anything and anything other than MW2. Like, I'm serious, bro. Like, I think we need to stay far away from MW2. Personally, I think we need to stay far away from that. World War II, I'm down. You don't think you guys would be, like, snoozed out in World War II? You don't think you'd, like, snooze out watching that shit? Like, do you think you would enjoy it? Bro, I'm gonna be honest, chat. Cold War is godlike, bro. Like, Cold War is fucking godlike. So I would probably love to run Cold War, or maybe even Black Ops 4. Black Ops 4, Black Ops 3. We could even bring it back to Black Ops 2 if we wanted to. I mean, chat, like I said, we're doing like 4 tournaments. We're doing 4. Bro, we're I think the first one we're doing though is only up. I think the first tournament we're doing is only up, but that's like next week type shit. Like, that's soon, bro. Like, that's the Rostermania is still gonna be going on. But we're gonna be doing an only up tournament for like $10,000. So I know people are gonna be getting cracked in that shit. But everything else is COD. We're doing strictly COD. The only up shit might be kind of lit though. So the only up might actually be kind of fire. But I just feel like it'll be super intense. I don't know why. But yo, tell Crowder that I'm running tournaments and to text me. I don't know if he's live. Is he live? I will talk to Crowder, bro. I was already just talking to Crowder like an hour ago. But I'll talk to Crowder, bro. I'm 100% gonna run a tournament, and I'm definitely casting it with Crowder, bro. If that's something he's down to do, bro, nah, we gotta bring in Coach Crowder, bro. I'll tweet him back after the stream is over. And I don't want to I don't want to mess with my phone while I'm on the hotspot, but we're running tournaments, bro. We're running tournaments. Oh wait, I'm on this screen already. I thought I was full cam. It's done, chat. It's done. We're running tournaments. Lock it in, okay? Flank Fridays coming soon, man. Coming soon. We already got clearance from Activision. We already got some prize pools. So we're gonna be doing a lot of cool stuff, man. So stay tuned to Flank Fridays. Listen, bro, my honest opinions on Drazah, bro, going to Faze, I think Drazah is the perfect fit for these guys. But I've talked about Drazah before already in this Rostermania. Chat, I'm going to be honest. I remember when the rumor came out that Drazah was going to Optic, and this was probably like a few days ago. And a lot of people were cooking it. Like, a lot of people were roasting it. And I think I said, word for word, is you guys are all morons. Like, Drazah is literally that guy. Like, if you're an Optic fan right now, you should be hyped as fuck. And then eventually, like, after like a day or two, I think Optic fans started to think that he was coming, or just, you know, fans in general started to think that he was going to Optic. I don't know. People definitely started gassing him as a couple days went on. But, bro, Drazah just brings so much to a team, dude. Whether it's knowledge of the game, whether it's grinding and the passion that he brings to the table, whether it's the unselfishness way that he plays, like, I feel like he'll fit perfectly into that flex role. Like, I just feel like he's the perfect role for them. So I think that I don't see how, in anybody's eyes, this roster change can be an L. Like, this is a massive W for Faze. And I think this roster is going to be really good. And then on top of that, Drazah brings talent too. Like, his talent is really good. He's got a lot of talent, and he's going to bring a lot of that to the table as well. So and to be honest with you guys, I think him playing with people like MC, the trio, Abizi, and Simp, I think Drazah playing with these players will only elevate him and make him better. So are you confirming? I mean, I'm just talking about the leak, bro. You know, Drazah will likely join Atlanta Faze, right? And if it were to happen, you know, giving my thoughts on the roster. But I do think it's a good fit. I think it's a perfect fit. My only complaint with Faze was the double AR last year. I felt like the double AR wasn't really it. And I feel like Drazah, like, he's kind of like he's an AR, but he can also run a sub. Like, he could kind of do whatever. So I think it's really, really good for Faze, man. Really good for Faze. I know there's a lot of people who also, by the way, did these morons on Atlanta Faze follow each other? Like Abe and Drazah and these guys, did they follow each other today on Twitter, or was that cap? I saw that on Reddit. Was that cap, or did they actually follow each other? Was that guy? Because I saw on Reddit that these guys just followed each other, which I was like, nah, there's no fucking way, bro. There's no way. But I know there was a lot of beef in the past, bro. Listen, bro, like, people move on, bro. Like, nobody gives a fuck. At the end of the day, like, all these guys got respect. I'm sure got a lot of respect for each other in game. You know, when it comes to out of game shit, I mean, that shit you just put it in the past, bro. Like, nobody cares. Like, I feel like if Drazah were to come to this roster, some people are saying, oh, they don't like each other. Bro, they're grown men, bro. Like, they'll be fine. Like, who cares? Like, they're good. Like, they're chilling. You know, the minute they get into practice and start getting it going and winning some maps, they'll be good. You know? Somebody said, who's the IGL? Listen, bro, I've spoken about IGLs before, bro. Thank you to everybody coming in. I appreciate you guys. I've spoken about IGLs before, chat. I really don't think the teams that are at the top, the best teams in the world, need a dedicated in-game leader. I think everybody needs to be adding to the comms. And that was also a problem with Faze at times this year, was their communication. And I think that's something that they've been working on. And when it comes to practice, I feel like the best teams, everybody can be vocal. Everybody can say something and give input. I think the only good time an IGL comes into play is when you're in game and it's like S&D and you need somebody to, like, call a play, or it's like respawn and you need to say rotate or stuff like that. But bro, you don't think Simp, Abe, Drazah, and Cell, like, chat, you think these players need an IGL? Like, be honest with me, bro. Like, yes or no? Do you think this team needs a dedicated in-game leader? Do you think they need that? Like, do you think that's something that they need? I see Sam say yes. Yes, nope, yes. No, yes, nope. It's pretty half and half. It's pretty half and half, and we'll see, bro. If this team ends up happening, you know what I mean, we'll see if that will be a problem, But I think a lot of teams at the top that are stacking with talent are, I think a lot of them will have problems with IGL, having like a dedicated IGL. And let me say this, bro. All your glorified IGLs, a perfect example, right, is Clayster. Do you guys consider Clayster an in-game leader, chat? Yes or no? Yes or no? See what you guys say here. Okay, so you're all spamming yes. You're all spamming yes, right? Okay. So do you think Clay is a better player when he IGLs, or do you think he's a better player when he doesn't have to worry about what everybody else is doing? And he could just focus on his game. I mean, it's common sense, bro. Like, Clay plays better when he doesn't have to worry about leading everybody else, when he doesn't have to worry about telling people to rotate or telling somebody to do this or telling somebody to do that. No, everybody on the team should be on the same page and know how to play the game the right way without being told what to do. Like, that's what makes the best teams the best teams. Now, in terms of somebody who could just call strats, bro, everybody could do that. Everybody could call strats. Like, everybody could do that. I definitely think people are going to have to step up and be that leader, but anybody can be that leader at any given time. So I definitely think IGL is a thing in COD, but I think it's overrated with the way people talk about it. And I've said this before, and I don't know if you guys agree with me or disagree with me. Do you guys agree with me on that, or do you disagree with me on that? And it's okay if you guys disagree. It's fine. We're all entitled to our own opinions. I just don't really value an IGL that much. I'd rather always get the more talented player and somebody who knows how to play the game than somebody who's, whatever, but, he's an IGL, so he brings comms, and he brings this, and he brings that, like, and I see some people are like, disagree, but also kind of agree, Drazah stutters, according to Kenny. Dude, what? Bro, what? Yo, what the fuck are y'all doing? Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Faze's comms in the past have always been pretty chaotic and have been pretty hectic. But I think it works for them, bro. It works for them. It works for them. And I'm not sitting here saying that there's no IGL and in-game leading is not important, because it is important to an extent, but I just feel like it's a little bit overrated, a little bit overvalued, in my opinion. But, I mean, of course people are entitled. They think about the game. You guys can all have your own opinions on that. But, yeah, we'll move on from that. And I'll ask you guys this again, since we kind of got into it, but what do you guys think about the change? I mean, I asked this when I first hit live, but now that we're getting into it a little bit and we're talking about it a little bit, do you think Drazah is a good fit for Faze? Yes or no, chat? Like, do you think he's a good Faze? And guys, and throw the bias away. Like, if you're an Optic fan or if you're supporting any other team, try and throw the bias away and just look at it from a team perspective. What do you think? What are you thinking, bro? And it seems like most people are spamming W's. When I first asked this, when I first went live, everybody was spamming L, and I was like, dude, are they trolling me? Like, are they trolling? But it's gonna be a really, really good time for these guys if it happens. Of course, if it happens. I think the next question that kind of leads me after this leak is, what happens to Optic Texas? Right? A lot of people were sitting here saying what's going to go on with Optic. The rumor was Drazah and Envoy. And I'm going to be honest, based on a lot of the stuff that I've seen and have read, it seemed like the Optic fans were all in on getting Drazah there. Like, they were really excited to get him there. But now that he's not there, who's that guy? And I see a couple names, and these are the couple names I want to talk about. Sib and Dan Ghosty, right? Now, if you're Optic Texas, which of those two do you choose? Do you choose Sib or do you choose Dan? What do you really need? Who are you really looking at? Some people are saying Kenny. I would love to see Kenny go there. I think Kenny's godlike. Bro, people want to talk bad on Kenny. He didn't have the best year in terms of his ceiling, where he could be. But I have full faith in Kenny coming back next year and still putting on a good performance and having a good season. Like, sometimes you can only play as good as your team, and if things aren't going well, you know, it could be a little difficult. But I think Kenny's a great player, man. I think Kenny's a great player, and I feel like even if you kind of put Kenny into that kind of flex role, it could work, because then Kenny can kind of just do whatever he wants, and he'll be a lot more comfortable. But I think one thing to note is Dan Ghosty. Bro, Dan Ghosty is a really good player. He was a really good player for them. I'm not really too sure what the relationship is like with Dan Ghosty and the rest of the Optic guys, or kind of like what they thought about him. I feel like it's always... It's a lot easier to make a decision when you've played with somebody, right? Instead of looking at it from the outside looking in, which is what we all do, right? Everybody in the chat and me, like, we just kind of look from the outside looking in, and Dan Ghosty looked like an incredible player for them. And obviously, I think one thing, I keep saying obviously, so I gotta stop doing it. One thing that we should note with Dan is just his communication. I definitely think Dan brought a lot of comms to the team, and he would drop trophies, get in hills, he'd do a lot of dirty work, he would do stuff like that. But then on the other end, you have Sib, and I don't know what it is with Sib. I feel like sometimes people will be disrespecting Sib, but I think Sib's a really good player, man. He had some inconsistencies on Seattle, but same thing with Kenny, right? Like, you can only be as good as your team at times, and if things aren't clicking and if people aren't on the same page, it could hurt you as a team. And one thing that I've always said is to stack a team with talent. I've always said that, and I'll stand by that. I will always go with the more talented player. If I was playing COD and any roster change that I went through, for me, like, I would always want to get the more talented guy, because I was like, yo, let's just get the more talented guy and we'll make it work. Like, if we can't make it work, then that's on us. You know? And in order to beat the top teams, like, in order for Optic to beat... by the way, if Envoy goes to Toronto, which we got to talk about Toronto, because that team's really good. We'll get there. But if you want to beat Toronto, FaZe, New York, if you want to beat these guys, but you need talent. You need people who could kick up at any second and just go absolutely insane and bring that talent. And that's why I really like Sib, because I think he is a very talented player. And he could kind of do it all. He could kind of run any gun. He could run a sub. He could run an AR. He could snipe an S&D. He's really... I think with Dante is just... He's going to have to... What's the way to put it? If the team was Pred, Shotzzy, Sib, and Dashy, I just don't... It's a weird combination, right? But I like it, though. It's like a weird... Is that not a kind of like a weird... It's like a weird combination, but a good one. Like in a good way. It's weird in a good way. Like, it's, like, I don't know. Am I the only one who feels like that? In a good way, though. In a good way. Like, in my opinion, I think it's weird in a good way. I'm not saying it's weird in a bad way. Their talent is insane. You have Brucey on your main AR. You have Dante, who will probably be running will be running the flex. And then you have the sub-duo within Shotzzy and Pred, who, in my opinion, I kind of liked a little bit better than the Envoy and Shotzzy duo. I felt like Envoy and Shotzi's playstyles weren't going to be... I almost kind of agreed with Parasite on kind of the things he was saying. I just the way that Shotzzy and Envoy play, they're both kind of lurking kind of players. I like how Pred's just straight up, like the way that he plays. He's just a straight up kill whore, bro. Like, that's a good thing. Like, he's just a straight up nuisance on a map, roams cuts, lays down on every fucking corner, and gets kills. And while he's doing that, Shotzzy can jump off of fucking poles and do backflips out of windows and take long routes and fucking play his life and be annoying as fuck. You know? And in the midst of all that, you have Dante, who's roaming cuts as a flex, who's gonna fucking get hella kills. Listen, bro, they got the same problem as FaZe, bro. Optic is gonna have to just worry about the objective, bro. They just have to make sure that with all the kills they're gonna be getting, if this is it, listen, and I have no idea what's going on with Optic. You know, I got no idea. But if Sib was gonna go there, right? I think the main thing would be to just make sure that you're playing the game the right way and that you're playing the objective, right? Like, stop. We can't play this COD anymore. Like, it's gonna come down to, well, one thing with FaZe is just watching them this year. I just felt like there were so many times where they weren't playing the objective. Like, and it's very simple, just like that. They weren't playing the objective. Just like that, very simple, black and white. And I hurt them. I felt like it hurt them a lot. And I think that this could happen with Optic too. But, listen, I will rather take a team any day of the week that has a problem getting too many kills. Like, I'll take that team every day of the week, man. If there's a team that has a problem with getting too many kills, and they just shit on teams so bad, and they just have to play the objective more, that is a fantastic problem to have. That is a good problem. I would not want the opposite, where we're struggling to get kills. Those are the worst teams ever. Bro, whenever I was on a roster, and I'm not going to go through my past rosters, but I've been on rosters where we just struggled to get kills. And then I would find myself, you know, kind of kill whoring a little bit and doing things I shouldn't be doing, trying to overcompensate, you know, because I just felt like we weren't getting kills. And it was super, super frustrating, because you're not going to beat top teams if you can't get kills. And that's the thing with Optic. If they were to bring Sib onto the roster, or even Dan, I think Dan's a great shot as well, or whoever the heck they want to bring on. I don't think they're gonna have a problem getting kills, which I think is a good thing. So in terms of the Optic thing, if Sib were to go there, I mean, first and foremost, the poll is in the chat, right? We got Sib. Wait, who should Optic get? What the fuck is this poll? Arcides, Jimbo, Dave Patty, Trey Zero, and Donnie Temp. Where the fuck is Sib and Dan Ghosty? Can we make an actual poll? What the hell is going on here, folks? Can we make an actual fucking poll here? Somebody said to check your donos. What did you say, bro? Temp, with a $2 dono. We forgetting about Dondada. Do you think he'd be a good shout for Optic? I think he'd be a gross flex. Was there any other donos I missed? No, we're good. Bro, honestly, I like Donnie, but listen, bro, I love Donnie, bro. Donnie knows that I love him. But I don't think Optic's interested in Donnie. I don't think they're interested. I think there's other people that they want. I think there's other people they'd rather play with. I think that's Scump. I mean, listen, bro. If Scump wanted to get back in there, there is no doubt in my mind that Scump could still play the game at a high level. There is no doubt. I mean, clearly Scump can still play. If they brought Scump back in, that would be fucking insane, bro. If they went Dashy, Scump, Shotzi, and Pred, that would be nuts. That would be nuts. I see some people saying Dill. I think Dill would be a good shout too. Attach. I think people have brought up Dill's name a lot when it comes to Optic team changes. Like, that Dill's name has been brought up before when it comes to Optic. But again, I just don't know if that's who they're really looking at right now. If I had to put two names, it would probably be Sib and Dan Ghosty. I think that's kind of who they're leading towards. Some people are saying Priesta. Listen, bro, if New York loses Priesta, it'll be the biggest fumble of all time. It'll be the biggest fumble. The New York can't lose anybody on their team. They would be absolutely tweaking if they didn't figure something out with these guys and make sure that they make all these guys happy. And the last thing you want, bro, which, listen, this could be happening in another camp, but the last thing you want is separation between ownership and the players. When the players start hating their own ownership, or vice versa, it causes so many fucking problems, bro. It causes so many problems, and it just leads to a whole bunch of fucking fugays, you know? And I'm sure you guys could kind of put together who I'm kind of talking about, and it's happened on multiple teams where, you know, players are just not getting along with the corporate and kind of what they're doing. And let me say this, bro. Sometimes corporate doesn't go about things the right way. They don't really handle things the right way. And I'll be honest, bro. There have been times where I didn't like the way I was treated, and I just didn't give a fuck. You know, if an organization wants to do bad business with me, then expect me to do bad business back. You know, don't expect me to be loyal. Don't expect me to be, you know what I mean? And that, you know, that was something with Faze, right? That was a big reason why I was loyal to them, right? Is that they were always it was never bad business, you know, unless it was Sebastian back in the day, not Seabass, Sebastian, the guy that ended up going to prison. We went to Norway. Unless it was that motherfucker. Everybody else, it's been peaches and cream. It's been nice, but everybody else, bro. I mean, it's been a pleasure being at Faze. You know, even when I was playing with them. But, you know, I've ran into fair shares of bad business with organizations and not being treated the right way and not being communicated the right way. And I think that can go a long way, man. That can go a long way. It'll end up hurting you in the long run. Somebody said to check your subs. All right, let's see what's going on here. We got Ice Tray. What it what are you doing? Vava, Lefty. Thank you guys so much. Pro Centra, Ben Noodler, David of 14 months. My goat, man. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you for the support, bro. Business is business at the end of the day. Yeah, bro. 100%. Business is business at the end of the day, but there's good business and there's bad business, and we've kind of talked about that a little bit, you know. NT Lime coming in high with a 5-bomb Lime. Thank you so much for the 5-bomb, bro. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for the support. This is the Optic Intel guy, by the way. Seth, please help. My account is Formal has been suspended for impersonating Formal, but I am not an impersonation. This account is my life. No, bro. This account is your life? Texas Formal. What happened to Texas Formal? I know Texas Formal. What happened? Chat, what happened? What the hell happened to this guy? He got suspended? He said, this account is my life. Yo, bro. Come on, bro. What the fuck? Man, this account is my life. That is fucking hilarious, bro. Fuck it then. Drazah. Fuck it then. I like that. You know what I mean? I like that a lot, man. Atlanta Faze on Twitter. It's official. Is it official? I mean, listen. Is it official? Is it? Is the pen to the paper? Is it? Sib to Optic right now.
I'm better than Drazah.
Yeah. Wait, when was that? Yo, when was that? When was that? Yo, when the hell was that? I don't think I've ever seen that in my life. I don't think I've ever seen that. What the fuck was that? Yo, that's actually hilarious. That's actually fucking hilarious, bro. That's actually comedy. Somebody said, brother, you have to start baiting or stop baiting. Bro, do you guys understand that I literally can't leak things to you guys? Like, bro, if I was able to leak things to you guys would know every roster that's happening at every second. Like, I'd know everything. So, like, I can't do that, bro. That's bad business, especially when people come to me and don't want me to say things. I usually wait till leaks happen. Like, if once it gets leaked out, then I'll talk about it and get my thoughts on it. But, like, bro, if I really wanted to, I could hit go live and make the title, yo, I'm leaking everything, and just fucking leak everything. Just become a fucking... I could become what Jake Hale is and CDL Intel is, but as a Twitch streamer, and just do it live, public, like on camera, and just leak everything. And just be like, yeah, this team's picking up this guy, and this team's picking up that guy. Bro, I can't do. Leak for subs? How many we talking? 100, 200? No, I'm just playing. But, you know, I can't do that, I can't do that. I'm going to lose respect with everybody in the league, and, you know, that's not what I want to do here. You know, if people come to me and they say, yo, don't say this to nobody, I'm not going to tell nobody, especially on stream. You know, so for me, when I read things that I know is true, it's kind of hard to, I'll be like, I don't know, is it true? Like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, that's true, because, you know, it's gonna make me look bad. CDL Scrim Intel, it's very unlikely scrap to Faze is possible, with one source saying Ultra have never had discussions about moving scrap ever. I also understand Envoy has either already signed or is very close. Ultra have never had discussions about moving scrap ever. Gap. I think that might be a little gap. I think that might be a little cap here. Oh, how to turn tables. Fuck you, Drazah. Fuck you. Fuck it. Yeah, that's fucking comedy, bro. That's fucking comedy, dude. That's comedy. Listen, when it comes to Toronto, the way they were talking behind the scenes, I thought they were looking to sell all 4 of the guys. They were looking to see what they could get for anybody. That's what it seemed like. It is what it seemed like behind the scenes. It looked like they were trying to. See what they could get for anybody. And obviously, I'm not in the Toronto camp, you know. And Toronto has always treated me and Ben and the flank people with utmost respect, you know, especially when we go to the events. And I have nothing bad to say about Toronto, but I mean, and I don't want to say too much, but from my understanding, Toronto was trying to recoup cash. They were trying to sell players. They were trying to sell their players. I mean, right away they put Kleenex, and who tweeted out unrestricted? Wasn't it Insight and Kleenex? They right away said something about unrestricted free or restricted. I don't know. They were trying to make some money. They were trying to make some money, bro. They were trying to make some money. They were trying to recoup. There were rumors going around that they needed to recoup some money, and that they were going to try and sell some players. Like that's the rumor that was going around. And that included all 4 of them. That I'm pretty sure they were looking at numbers for everybody. Which at the end of the day, if they do keep Scrap, if they do keep Scrap, they're gonna have to pay him a lot of money. It got shot down. Yeah, it could have gotten shot down. I don't know, but to my understanding, Toronto was trying to sell their players. So if that's not true, then I don't know. It's just from my understanding. But the rumor now is Envoy, Scrap, Kleenex, and Insight, right? Which poor Hicksy, I mean, poor Hicksy, bro. Like, I feel like that's tough for Hicksy, man. That's fucking tough, dude. That is tough. Hicksy's a good player. I think he brings a lot of value to the team. I definitely think Envoy's an upgrade. Sorry to Hicksy about that. I love Hicksy. I think he's a good player, and I think Hicksy will continue to grow. I think Envoy's just had more experience. He brings veteranship. He's a world champion. He's won multiple champions. You know what you're gonna get out of Envoy. Kind of like a pack-a-punch situation that Pat always talks about. But Hicksy can definitely 100% get on another team, and I think with him being out on a market, some teams should definitely be looking at picking up Hicksy because he proved to everybody what he brings to the table when you put him on a roster. So I'm not sure what Hicksy's doing. I know what a couple rosters are doing. I heard a couple rosters today. I heard like 2 or 3 rosters that are not Faze, Optic, Toronto, New York. And I'm curious as to when those are going to leak out. So we'll kind of wait and see when that leaks. I'm not saying anything to anybody. This is just conversations that I've had with players, but there's some good rosters being made, bro. Some sleeper rosters. Some rosters that I think, like, when you look at them, you're like, okay, like, yeah, these guys might be able to do something, And I'm not baiting, guys. I'm not baiting. Like, if everybody was saying this with the Scrappy thing, I mean, I guess I am baiting, but it's true, though. Like, you guys will see the rosters once they're leaked. I can't say the rosters, chat. I wish I could, bro. I wish I could, chat. I wish. Trust me. I wish I could, man. But I think it's interesting. And some of the rosters I've heard, I don't know what organization they're on. I don't know what org they're playing. It's weird, chat, because there's a lot of people like teaming up with each other and shit, but I have no idea like what org they're playing under. Like, I don't know like where they're going or who they're. It's more just like, yeah, I'm playing with these guys, And I'm kind of waiting to see. I have to figure out more information as to where some of these guys are going, especially Clay. Sir, I want to know what Clay's doing, and Dylan, like Clay, Dylan. These are my guys. I want to know what these guys are doing. I haven't reached out to them. I usually don't reach out to people. Usually, if anything, people reach out to me. Yo, DM me the intel. Yo, Troy, I'll talk to my guy, see what's going on, and if he gives me the go ahead to tell you, Troy, I'll tell you, bro. If he gives me the go ahead to tell you, Troy, I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. But VOD, please just got here. Yeah, we'll keep the VOD up, bro. I'm not listening to music or anything, so we'll keep the VOD up for you guys. But yeah, we'll see in the future kind of where things are going.
Bro?
Slasher trying to gun sell him and Drazah when they snaky.
Them tears, bro? Come on, bro. Gotta get you together.
Nah, that's fucking crazy, bro. It's disrespectful. Austin's gonna go on and do incredible things. One of the rosters that I heard that I really liked involved Austin. I will say that. One of the rosters that I heard that I really liked involved Austin. So I'm curious to see if that gets leaked anytime soon. Take your losses, Optic fans, but at least you sealed this guy. Man, Optic fans, you gotta be hyped to get this guy, huh? Man, AG, he brings the class, he brings the energy, he brings the personality, he brings the talent. I mean, he brings it all, man. He brings it all. You gotta be hyped for that. Listen, don't say leak, bro. This guy's literally, I'm gonna bring the pen to the paper. I'm fucking streaming shit. I'm gonna, in front of fucking all the Optic. I'm gonna bring the pen to the paper. Listen, if he's not going to Optic, this was the biggest finesse of 2023. If he's going somewhere else, the biggest loop, it'd be the biggest fucking shock of all time. You know, with the way these motherfuckers have been talking. Like, yeah, bro, it's almost like once it's leaked, everybody's like, yeah, whatever, fuck it. They just don't care anymore. But in terms of probably going to Optic, you know, it seems pretty likely. I think the Optic fans should be very happy about that. Hex and Stro, get the checkbook out right now. Well, here's the thing. What if Optic went to Toronto and offered them what they asked for? And then Toronto just kind of, and then just, they kind of lily that. Remember when Hector got all pissed off when Seattle Surge just kind of fucking busted their balls and dragged them along for a week? Do you remember that? Do you remember when Hector got mad when Seattle Surge kind of dragged them along and just kind of busted their balls and just kind of like fucking drags it apart? That, in my opinion, that's what it felt like this offseason with Toronto. It felt like they were just dragging people along and tickling people's nuts. It'd say, yeah, maybe, how much, maybe this, maybe that. That's why, like, there was a lot of indecisiveness with a lot of teams behind the scenes because, some people were like, is scrap available? Like, can you get scrap? And that's why on stream I'd always say, like, I don't know. I mean, I think you guys remember me and Octane talking about it when the whole Envoy to Toronto rumor happened. And I was kind of sitting there like, I thought Toronto was actually, like, maybe even thinking about selling scrap and trying to recoup some money with some of the stuff that I was hearing. Whether that would probably be the Optic or Faze or whoever was willing to spend the money. But Envoy's not that. I was shocked when I saw the Envoy thing because I was like, nah, the Envoy wouldn't go there unless scrap stays. So I don't know if you guys remember that stream with me and Octane where I was like, Octane's got intel and I got intel and we both have different intel. And we were trying to figure out who was right and who was wrong, because we were both hearing different things. But listen, I think even if you whipped out the checkbook, you're not getting scrap. You're not getting scrap. And let me say this about Toronto Ultra. If they were to hold scrap on locks, I mean, guys, it's scrappy, bro. They got a contract set in place, and, they don't have to let him go. And I think keeping him and locking him is a good decision for Toronto. I think it's a good decision. I just didn't like how they played this whole, like, oh, we're going to get rid of your team and try and make some money back and shop players around. I didn't like the way they handled the offseason. It just sounded like the culture was not there within the Toronto camp. I dislike Zoomaa now. Chalky, why do you dislike me, man? What did I do? I definitely think the culture was off a little bit in the Toronto camp. It just felt like they were doing bad business. And I hope that doesn't affect things that are going on within their circle. But obviously I'm not a part of the circle, so how would I know? What did somebody say? Can you address the Optic Zoomaa rumors? Come on, bro. What are you saying? Optic Zoomaa? What are you nuts? Come on. Bro, that's another thing I want to talk about. Bro, there was a post on Reddit. Bro, and I'll see if I could find it. I'll see if I could fucking find it. And it was like something. We got to look at all these memes, bro. We're going to have to go back up and look at all this. But it was something about Zoomaa. What is this? Zoomaa confirms they're doing multiple offsets. Oh, yeah, I did confirm that. Yeah, I did confirm that. Yeah. Yep. I confirmed that 100%. There was a post on Reddit. Listen, I don't gotta find it. But there was a post saying that Zoomaa was talking about coming back. Yo, motherfuckers were disrespecting me in that post, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing like no other reading that post, bro. Yeah, the comments were like, man, this was dog shit, motherfucker. He be getting shit on against rank play people, and then somebody was like, bro, he's not even trying. He's off the papaya half the time, and then under that, it'd be like, nah, guy needs a new fucking thumb. Like, what's wrong with this guy? Needs a new thumb. I'm like, nah, bro, these motherfuckers are disrespected, bro. Like, that's crazy. And I even commented on it. I was like, yo, y'all are disrespectful with a bunch of laughing faces. That somebody said, hell no, in all caps, had like 150 thumbs up. I'm like, damn, son. Like, damn. Shit. Like, I was thinking about maybe. Now it's like, fucking, maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I should never come back. Like, it's fucked. Also, for anybody on Reddit that talks about my hand, like, my hand is good. Like, my hand is fine. I don't claw anymore. I had a lot of time off. I rehabbed my hand. My hand is good. But I'm not coming back. I'm not coming. That was all memes and trolls. I'm not coming back. I'm just saying, for the people that think my hand is, even on Twitter, sometimes people are like, but isn't his wrist fucked up? Like, no. I'm good, bro. I'm good. Like, I'm chilling. But I was getting cooked, though. It was hilarious. If Drazah does end up pump faking the Optic fan base and signing with Faze, I do not envy his position. That poor guy is going to get more verbal abuse at events and online than probably any other player has gotten in COD history. Hope he really does have a tough mental, because the fuck you Drazah chance at Major 1 might shake the stage. Listen, bro. Listen. First and foremost, I'm going to be, if Drazah do be going to Faze, I'm going to be gassing them. I'm going to be gassing the Faze boys. I'll be supporting the Faze boys. But I think Drazah should lean into that shit, bro. If people are going to fucking throw shit at him and talk shit, tell them to go fuck themselves. Fuck you. Go fuck you. Fuck you suck. This and that. Suck. Fine. You know what I mean? Just lean into it, bro. Just fucking beat him. Bro, let me say this, bro. If there was one team a villain was going to join, it's Atlanta Faze. If there's one team a villain is going to join, chat, it's Atlanta Faze. Everybody boos Atlanta Faze. They already boo them. Atlanta Faze has been getting booed for 3 years. They've been getting booed every time they get on stage. You know, like they get the most hate, the most boos out of any other team. That's why it's always funny to me when I see people complaining about that stuff, because I'm like, bro, like, Atlanta Faze gets the worst out of all of it. Bro, at this point, like, COD is like the WWE of esports. Like, these players, everybody on Atlanta Faze needs to realize that these boos and stuff, they're coming from a place where the fans don't like them because they're always winning. They find a lot of success. Like, that's why. Chad, is that not why people boo Faze all the time? It's just because they found a lot of success? Is that not why they boo him all the time? Like, why do they boo him all the time? Like, it's no? Okay, then why do they boo him? Then why do they get booed? Why does no other team get booed? Every other team gets booed when they play Optic, but I'm saying they get booed every time they play, whether they're playing Optic or not. They get booed every single time. It is very rare. And I'm not gonna lie, bro. I'm not gonna fucking lie, bro. I've been seeing a lot more Faze fans at events, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. But I've been seeing a lot more Faze fans there. I've been seeing a lot more. I would love it if there was a lot of Faze fans that start kicking up and coming out and supporting these guys and getting in there and getting loud for these guys. But I did notice, I felt like there's been a lot of Faze fans. A lot of Faze fans really coming out to play. Bandwagons? I mean, bro, I have no idea. I'm just telling you. And I also don't think it's fair to say that if you're a Faze fan, you're a bandwagon. I think that's ridiculous. Maybe of course, there's going to be some people that are like, Faze are nasty, so I'm a fan of Faze. But if that's the reason why they're a fan of Faze, then whatever. A fan's a fan. A support is support. You know, and even if they are bandwagons, whatever, bro. Like, we can't say they're all bandwagons, because there's definitely a lot of supporters and a lot of fans who are not bandwagons. You probably support them the whole time. So I feel like it's hard to say that, you know, but there has been a lot of support. But if there's any team of villains going to, it's going to be Atlanta Faze, and I think it fits the narrative, it fits the storylines, it fits everything. It fits the WWE of esports, and that's Call of Duty. You know what I mean, folks? What is this, Chris? What is this? Chris is hitting. What is this, bro? Rostermania, the Zoomaa Mafia ready? Yeah, we'll get to the Zoomaa Mafia ready, bro. We'll get there, bro. Crone on the Rostermania leakers. You guys have to remember, Ronnie makes $0 from Rostermania, and Rotation makes $0. Unless there's an article attached, Jacob also makes $0. The stress of it all is crazy just for some Twitter impressions. That's why I stopped once Dot laid me off and the season ended. The grind, clout, impressions, gas only fuels you so far, or only fuels you for so long. I know all three of them are fighting for their life behind the tweets. I mean, then why are they leaking then? Then why do they do it? Like, it should just be like a hobby for them. Like, bro, I don't want to, like, kill Crone's, like, vibe here. I don't want to kill Crone's vibe. But, like, how hard is it to get, like what? I don't want to be an asshole, bro. I don't want to be a dickhead, bro. I don't. Let me think about how to say this, because I really don't want to be a dickhead, bro. But like, tweeting out intel doesn't seem like a full-time job. You know, like it doesn't seem like it. Like in terms of like journalism and everything else they do, yeah. Like with Jacob Hale doesn't just tweet out intel, bro. That's not his job. He does a lot of other things. Jacob does a lot of other things. And I would hope that the work that Jacob's putting in terms of like reporting and in journalism or whatever, I would hope it lands him a good job within the industry, you know? But when it comes to the leaking, like this guy's making it sound like leaking is like, you know, some crazy fucking, like requires so much fucking work. You know? Nah, they're doing their thing. I think Crone's talking about them getting hate and death threats. Hella people get angry when you report something about Optic that doesn't end up being true. Oh, dude, yeah, no, that's fugazi. I agree with. If that's what Crone's trying to say by this, then I agree with that, Gersh. I agree with that. That's fugazi. I don't. Why would any of you guys attack Crone or Jake or any of these? These guys are just in the community, just giving you guys leaks. They're giving y'all leaks for, you know, entertainment and for, I guess, you know, impressions for journalism. But if anybody's doing that, bro, that's ridiculous, bro. That is fucking ridiculous. But in terms of like, you know, journalism and reporting, that is a job. That within itself is a job. And isn't Jacob Hale a part of Deserto? Is he? Is Jacob Hale a part of Deserto or no, chat? Let me see here. Is he? Well, I gotta be real careful scrolling Twitter like this, bro. Yo, is Jacob Hale a part of Deserto? Oh, so he doesn't get paid from Deserto? He doesn't get paid from that? He doesn't get paid? Because I will agree with Crone that, you know, for a lot of these guys that are reporting that don't get paid, like that sucks, bro. Especially if they're kind of like their whole thing is like kind of reporting things and making sure things get out there. But if he's just talking strictly about leaks, that's kind of where I was like, I don't want to be an asshole, but I mean, leaks are just leaks, bro. Like anybody can hear a rumor and just tweet it out, you know? But they don't have to. They don't have to, you know. And if you guys are giving them death threats, you guys need to chill, bro. These are great people, bro. Crone and Jacob Hale and all these, they're all great people, man. You know, I've met these guys. So you know, I met Crone. Have I met Jacob? I might have met Jacob. I don't know. But they're all good people. So don't give them any death threats, chat, or don't say anything rude to them, or don't say anything mean. Like, don't do that. Rumors change behind the scenes, chat. A lot changes from a day-to-day basis. So sometimes they might tweet something out, and the next day it'll change. You know, they tweeted out Drazah Envoy, which could have been a thing. It could have been likely, and then the next day it changes. You know, so don't attack them, chat. They're just doing their job, man. They're just doing their fucking job. Switch up is gonna all time. Drazah tweeting like he ain't going home with Keeks, bro. Laugh my fucking ass off. Bro, listen, like I said, and this is Reddit, right? This is Reddit. They're bringing this shit up because they get a kick out of it, right? But bro, they're gonna put that shit in the past, bro. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares, bro. Who cares? Ghosta via Octane stream on a rumor he declined Boston offer. I have not denied any offers I've received. If Dan did deny offers he received, that would be a terrible business decision, would it not? Chat, why would you ever deny anything until you actually have a team that you say yes to? You don't deny an offer until you accepted another one, period. You don't deny an offer until you accepted something. That's it. Like, that's just how it goes. You will never ever should ever do that. If there's players out there denying offers before they even solidified another offer, then they're just faded, bro. They're just fucking faded. You know, like he knows his worth. Yeah, but you got to be careful, bro, because you might know your worth, but other people might not know your worth. Other organizations, other teams might not know your worth. You might not get what you think you're worth. You know what I mean? So in business, you got to be careful, bro. You got to be careful because you don't want to decline an offer and then other things that you thought were there are off the table, and then you lost that other offer because you declined it. Because now you coming back and trying to get back in there now just makes you look like a fucking moron. Now you please bring me back. I didn't mean it. I'll accept it now. You know, like, no, you sound dumb. So I'm happy that Dan said this. I love that Dan said, and Dan's a smart guy. So I'm happy that he said this, because when I heard that Dan declined, I think it was a Boston offer or something, in my head I was like, why would he do that? Why would he decline that? But it's good to see that. Update on the Faze situation, which is still very much about is what I've been told. They want this scrappy, but conversations never went as far as negotiating a buy with Ultra. At least this is where we were before. Drazah decides the fact that we already seen most of this stuff. Optic fans, if Drazah doesn't sign the contract, Drazah apology from Zach, Drazah Jordan. From Optic fans, date July 3rd, reason for behavior. After viewing the evidence, Keeks was in the right, can't teach. Drazah to what is this? I didn't look at the mini-map. Shit. Yo, if I hear Keeks in the crowd or anybody in the crowd, I'm be like, yo, I didn't hear nothing. I didn't hear shit. Did y'all hear that? I didn't hear nothing, chat. Did y'all hear that? Because I didn't hear shit, bro. You know, I didn't hear that. You know what I mean? If I hear anybody in the crowd, I didn't hear nothing. I'm just playing, bro. I obviously don't want anybody to do that. You know, I'm sure she knows and everybody knows now. You know, you be quiet, yeah, during matches and shit. I hate that shit. But I'm just fucking around, you know, I'm just messing around. But no, seriously though, if you guys are in the chat and you ever go to events, make sure you never do that, like scream in the crowd or shit. Like, I think that shit is really, really whack. I think sometimes people don't even realize what they're doing. But just, you know, make sure you're not doing that, bro. Optic fans ready to pray for Drazah's downfall again. I'm back. Jesus Christ. Drazah is not better than me. No way. Wait, did he? Oh, no, that's an old tweet. Okay, I was going to say, did Sim just tweet that? Because I was about to start tweaking if he did. Intel Optic right now, I'll say nothing without my lawyer. Jesus Christ. Is Intel Optic tweeting anything, chat, or no? Missing him a little extra today. What is this? CDL Intel. Yeah, we do love Crone, bro. Shout out to Crone. The first Faze versus Optic match on LAN is going to be a movie. I will be there no matter what. Kylian Mbappe. I'm playing for PSG in 2020/2021. My man Mbappe, baby. But I saw Mbappe at that 4th of July party with all those celebrities and shit. I was like, what is Mbappe doing there? You know, what the fuck is he doing there? Flank tweet? Yo, link it. Yo, Chris, can you pin it? Can you link it, bro? Zoomaa confirms they're doing multiple all-season tours. Yo, what are people saying? Are people hyped about this, or are they like, fuck Zoomaa and his big nose? He said this a week ago. They're playing like 7 or let's go. Hope we see actual rosters and great W. I'd love to see CDL sponsor 25K but I've been common Wooma. I mean, listen, bro. I will say this, bro. If there was a way where I can run a tournament with full CDL rosters, oh man, I would be so fucking hyped, bro. I would be so hyped. I have not got clearance from the league yet to do that. There's always an option. Optic Texas, no shot. Of course, man. When you have Gersh running socials on the flank, this is the type of shit I expect to see. This right here, bro. This is what I expect to see, dude. You know? Fuck you with his big nose. What the fuck is your problem? You know, but this, bro, let me say this. Did you guys see the average placings of players in the CDL? Bro, Ender's average placing in the CDL is fucking godlike, dude. It is insane. He's in like the top 4 or something, or top 5 with Atlanta Faze, which is, I haven't seen it on Reddit, but I did see it somewhere. I'm not sure where exactly I saw it, but I saw it somewhere. LePred enjoying Rostermania. Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy, bro. Nah, this whole LeBron shit's gotta stop, bro. This whole LeBron shit is fucking crazy, Chad. This shit is fucking crazy, man. Please don't pick up Illy. LOL. You don't like Illy? I think Illy would be a good fit for that Optic roster. To be honest, if Illy is healthy and ready to play, I don't think he's a bad fit for that roster, but that's my opinion. But shout out LePred, man. That shit is hilarious, bro. LePred, Faze, MW3. No fucking way. Here we go. Here we fucking go. Look at these guys. No shot. They photoshopped their heads on a snake. No way, bro.
I ran back the camera.
They don't want off this, by the way.
More beans on me. I think I hear beans.
I don't hype on him, bad.
Laying down beans.
I didn't carry him.
Beans that.
Yo,
Didn't carry him. You with
I have time.
Yeah, that shit is fucking hilarious, bro. Yo, chat, you don't. Now, if Drazah were to go to Faze, right? If he were to go to Faze, like it's pretty respectable that you don't push that shit aside, be professionals, right? Fucking come together. Well, hey, yo, hold on. That's not what I meant. It's not what I meant, though. Okay, but you know what I mean. Like, it's pretty typical to throw that shit aside and, like, you know, actually wanna, you know what I mean? Nah, chat, come on. You know what I meant, bro. Chat, you knew what I meant, bro. You knew what I meant. You know, Highest average placement, CDO only. Highest average placement, CDO only. Simp, LBZ, Cell, Illy. This is it. This is it right here. Bro, Formal at a 3.87, bro. Formal's the GOAT, bro. Formal's godlike, dude. Yo, Formal's the fucking GOAT, chat. Look at this guy, bro. Top 5? Nah, Formal's different, chat. Formal's different, bro. Top 5 is actually tippable, man. Tippable for sure. Sorry, chat. I muted for a second. Make sure the queen's good. I saw her on the phone. She was pacing. Thought maybe she was on a business call. You know what I mean? Not reliable. Drazah is deciding between Faze and Optic. We're already seeing this timeline cleanse. One of the funniest videos ever. Killer just predicts nameless every single round. What is this, bro? Is this... Oh, 15 minutes? Bro, I can't watch 15 minutes of that, but Sloss is fucking hilarious, bro. Let's see what's going on in the Zoomaa Mafia Reddit. Yo, is Tony live? What is Tony doing? Is he still live? What's some of these guys doing, bro? I would love to talk to some of these guys, or Octane, or Tony, or Ben. Is Ben live? Like, what's Ben doing? Watch it? Yeah, we can watch it. I'm down to watch it, chat. We'll end with that, though. Drazah at the first major. Homelander. What is this, Homelander?
Homelander. He's a human. He's just like the rest of us. And we all
Is this inappropriate in any way?
But we all deserve second chances. In that spirit, Homelander has agreed to donate $10 million to the Starlight House.
Skip, this is whack. Is this whack? Is this whack, chat? Chat, is this fucking whack? What is this? Drazah at the first major. What the fuck is this? Hey, yo, Herbie Hancock, give it a 10 bomb, Herbie. Much love, bro. Yo, Herbie, I appreciate the fucking 10 bomb, my guy. I appreciate the support, bro. I appreciate the support, man. Thank you so much for the love, man. Thank you so much. Hey, can we get a Werby spam in the chat? Get some sub hype in the chat. We got 7,500 people in here, bro. Thank you so much for all the support, man. I hope you guys are enjoying the stream. And hopefully the quality is good for you guys, because I know how long have I been live for? Yeah, we've been live for over an hour already. Time be flying. But I hope you guys have been enjoying the streams, man. Hey, we got Paul Hamilton from Atlanta Faze, the one and only, with a 20 bomb. No way, ladies and gentlemen, no way. Can we get a wall spam? Can we get some sub hype in the chat? Show Paul some. What's good, Paul? How you doing, man? Hey, what's going on, Paulie? Miles Ross to Atlanta. Nah. The leak is in the chat. Leaks in the chat, bro. Intel in the chat. No way. When to Atlanta? Oh, no, it's chalked. If we get Ben to Atlanta Faze, it's fucking absolutely chalked. It is chalked. It's done with. Yo, Paul, what's going on with you, bro? I was just talking to Eric, man. Eric said he's coming to Vegas on Friday, so we might link up, man. You ever around in Vegas, you let me know, bro. I'm going to be in Vegas the next few days, so if you'll be around, man, let me know, Paul. Let me know, my man. Yo, shout out to Paul Hamilton, man. Everybody show Paul some love, chat. Everybody show him some love, man. Yes, sir, man. Phase up, baby. Phase up. Rostermania will Faze locked in Drazah. New York should run it back. Priesta. Pred confirmed by Corona. Optic 4. Envoy to Toronto. Miami. Heretic Spanish team. These are confirmed by Jacob Hale and other sources. What do we think of other teams to do Optics Force? PS. Because on the Zoomaa because COD competitive sub is just people dick suck. She's in faded takes and all Optic Zoomaa to the moon for real. Nah, that's actually fucking crazy, bro. Chad, do you think the COD competitive Reddit is biased takes? Do you think that they're biased on the COD competitive Reddit or what? Do you think that they're biased, Chad, or no? What do you think, chat? You think they're biased on the COD competitive Reddit? You think they're biased? Isn't that crazy, bro? Isn't that crazy? They might be They might be a little biased, chat. That's actually nuts. I didn't think about it like that. You know, they might be a little. How you doing? Little. Who they biased towards, chat? Who they biased towards? It is mostly Optic fans on the COD competitive Reddit. It is. Just being real. It is mostly Optic fans. So I definitely feel like their bias shows sometimes. But that's fine. We all have bias towards us. You know, my bias will show with Faze on the show, and different people's bias will always show. You know, but that's just kind of like how it is, bro. It's hard when you're biased towards something to be unbiased. Like, you're naturally biased towards something, so it is what it is. Zoomaa Mafia is obviously Faze. Nah, I feel like the Zoomaa Mafia Reddit's not so much biased to Faze, bro. There's been Optic fans and different fans posted on the Zoomaa Mafia Reddit. It's definitely it depends, bro. It depends who's playing. Or who's playing, who's posting, you know, who's it gonna be? Chat, I don't know. I've heard some rumors with some of these other teams, but obviously don't want to talk about it until there's actual leaks. And if there are actual leaks, we will talk about them and we will go live and kind of go over them. But as of right now, I mean, I only really want to talk about some of the rosters that are leaked. Chat, Faze, Optic, Toronto and New York, right? With the rumored rosters that they have, how would you guys rank them, bro? How would you guys rank them? Like, who are you putting as your how are you ranking? I want to see if like you guys have like similar ranks here. Like if you guys have the similar ranks or have them in the right kind of area from the rumored rosters that we heard. Who's your number one, chat? Who's your number one? Who is your number from the four rosters from these 4 top teams? Who is your number one team? Who is it, bro? Who is it? Yeah.
I have to go to the MF desk.
Seems like most people, actually, bro, I'm not gonna lie. None of y'all motherfuckers are saying New York. Isn't that fucking, bro, isn't that crazy? Bro, isn't it crazy that New York literally just won 3 chips this year and the World Championship? But nobody said, I mean, granted, Faze, Optic, and Toronto all changed their rosters. So, I mean, it you know, it's not weird. It's definitely not weird. I'm just saying, it's just crazy. It's just crazy, you know? It's just crazy. It's not weird because all the other teams changed their rosters and it's different rosters. So, it's like, you know, whatever. You could give your honest opinions on the new rosters, but it's just crazy.